Yes, so hello guys, welcome back to another edition of Sports Updates Ghana. And coming up in this edition, the Black Stars of Ghana held their second training session after arriving in Ivory Coast. So we'll be checking out how this particular training session went down, as there were issues about injuries in the Black Stars camp after their training. Today on Thursday, we'll look at the number of players who participated in the training session and also how intense the training session was and more, coming up very shortly. But before that, you know the drill. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. Because we bring you the best of this 2023 AFCON experience. So let's get right into it. And after arriving in style in Ivory Coast, well, the Black Stars held their first training session on Wednesday. Then today on Thursday, the team held their second training session in Ivory Coast capital, that is Abidjan. Well, the team for this particular training session wore the green training kit, whilst the coaches wore the black training kit. It's very important so that I bring you the shirts that the players wore so that you can differentiate on the training session, which was held on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. But let's go on and do some more. So the players in Nama were 27 players. Yes, Coach Chris Hughton and the technical team have the full complement of the team. All 27 players who have been invited for this particular AFCON are all in camp, and they were part of this particular training session. So we had the likes of Inaki Williams, Mohamed Kudus, Jordan Ayew, Andre Ayew, Mohamed Salisu, Daniel Amate, Alexander Jiku, and all other players were all present during the training session. So how did the training start? Well, the players started off with some small shake-offs, with some warm-ups, and they were doing some stretches for the start of the training session. Then from there, they held a short meeting where they said a prayer, then zoomed into business. Well, from the warm-up and after the training, after the prayer session, the players started off with sprints, and the players had to compete with each other, making some good runs and put themselves ready ahead of the tournament. Shortly after doing the sprints, the players divided themselves into two to play an 11-a-side football match among themselves. So it was Team Green versus the team in the Orange Bib, and it was such an intense and tough training session which the Black Stars players underwent. Well, this particular training session was essential because it was based on this training session that Coach Chris Hughton is going to use to name his starting 11 for Ghana's first game at the AFCON. So all the players tried as much as possible to give up their best at this particular training session. You can see in your shot with the players making big effort at the training session. But there was some issue in camp. Well, due to how rigorous and intense the training session was, well, Antoine Semenyo ended up picking a knock during the training session, and it was very disappointing to see Antoine Semenyo walk out of the pitch, and he had one of his boots removed, and he removed his socks, telling you how serious his injury situation could be. And after Antoine Semenyo came off, you could see Coach Chris Hughton very worried about the fact that Antoine Semenyo had picked up a knock. But the good news is that Antoine Semenyo was able to return to the pitch and continue the training session. We don't know the extent of his injury, but it seems that Antoine Semenyo has a few issues with his fitness level, and that has been affecting him. And in fact, Coach Chris Hughton stated it during Ghana's game against Namibia and said that was why Antoine Semenyo did not play the game against Namibia. So Antoine Semenyo, despite his small or little setback, returned to the pitch to continue the training session with the Black Stars. Well, after the training session ended, the team had a small meeting where the coaches also talked to themselves, and they planned for the days ahead. So the Black Stars now are left with 2 training sessions before their game against Cape Verde in the 2023 African Cup of Nations. The Black Stars will be holding their final training session on Saturday, but before that they will hold another training session on Friday. The Saturday training session will be open to the media, and we can get you real shots of the Black Stars training session that they are having in Abidjan. But for the meantime, please enjoy the pictures and bear with me. Now, some people have been asking the date for Black Stars matches, date and time. So the Black Stars will be taking on Cape Verde on Sunday, January 14, 2024, and the game is going to be played at 8 p.m. Ghana time. So yes, if you are behind your TV set at 8 p.m. or if you are in Abidjan, make sure you are at the stadium at 8 p.m. so that you can watch the Black Stars first match at the 2023 AFCON against Cape Verde, and from there we'll take on Egypt in our second match. Then our final game will be against Mozambique, and it is very, very critical and important that Ghana starts on a good note, and we want Coach Chris Hughton and his boys to give off their maximum best at this year's 2023 AFCON. It's been 42 years since Ghana won an AFCON. In fact, if you are 40 years, I don't think you were even grown enough to see the Black Stars lift an AFCON title. And for those of us who are within the 30 and below, Charlie, we've not seen the Black Stars lift a trophy before. Me, the last time I saw Ghana Black Stars lifting a trophy, truly was that top 4 tournament that we held before the 2008 AFCON. If you guys remember, we wore the red jersey and Stephen Appiah and the likes won that particular top 4 tournament, and that's the only trophy I've seen the Black Stars lift, and that's not even a major trophy. So we want to see the Black Stars lift the AFCON title, and we are going to start on a good note on Sunday. Well, that's where I draw down the curtains for this episode of Sports Update Ghana. I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in another episode. Until then, thanks for doing the watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. Enjoy the rest of the pictures of the Black Stars training session on Thursday.